טוב, ברוכים הבאים. נזכה למצוות. One of the key of successful Shalom bayit is to be on time, correct? So we want to do it as well. We said 8 o'clock. So we're going to start with Zachem on time. Very good. Well, Baruch Hashem, we covered many ideas about marriage that really in marriage we are not fixing anything. Someone who gets married, marriage is not problem saver. That here, from now I got married, all my problems gonna be solved. This is the wrong perspective to marriage. Why? Because then, instead of doing something and commitment as we explained last time, is going to be only expectation. It's like signing up for gym. You see, I paid so much money and I thought I'm gonna lose so many weight. This is the wrong idea. Marriage is not problem solver. Marriage is a college that we're going there to learn, to grow. And if we don't allow ourselves to be a good student in marriage, we cannot be a good teacher for our children as well. So therefore, it's very important what is our hashkafa, what is our perspective towards marriage. Am I getting married because of a personal reason, or I'm getting married for the mutual reason that I'm helping someone and someone is helping me? We're going to start with this idea. When is the starting point in marriage? When do you think two people are considered married? What is the starting point in marriage? You could have a guess. Means
understand.
At the wedding is your starting point. But don't forget, before wedding, what do we have? Also engagement. Is engagement starting point of marriage? And don't forget, before engagement, what do we have? Dating. Is dating starting point of marriage? Because some people said, from the minute that I dated my wife, my husband, I knew that we are for each other. Is dating is the starting point of marriage? But you know that many friendship starts even before dating, even in school. Can we say having been in the school is a starting point of marriage? Knowing someone in a school is a starting point of marriage. But I'm sure many, as you know, although they got married later in the older age, but they knew each other even in childhood. They were classmates, they were in the same neighborhood, they used to go to the same shul. So is childhood starting point of marriage?
No. Wedding is the marriage.
Wedding is the marriage. So what are these all introductions that we had before wedding? Engagement, dating, school, childhood.
Dating?
You know, some people might be even going further and they say what? You know what? Before even we know how to talk, as a baby, already we have someone in mind, or from the birth is the starting point in marriage. Excuse me?
There is one before conception.
There is one before that, yes. Even from the moment that the baby, the fetus is in the stomach, already he has a shidduch, or she has a shidduch already. That's the starting point in marriage. But marriage is a spiritual, so definitely needs to have the spiritual starting point, which is when Achamim they say 40 days before the conception. Hashem says, Ben shel ze lebat shel ze, دختر فلانی برای پسر فلانی. Hashem as a mezavdek zivugim, as a shakam, as a matchmaker, even before the conception of the sperm, already Hashem knows who is getting married to who. Do you believe it, Maurice? Do you believe it? In other words, our marriage was not established when we gave the ring, when we proposed, when we dated, when we were classmates, when I had a childhood friend, even before I was a human being, even as a fetus, I already was appointed for someone. Why? Because marriage, you don't need physical entity. Marriage is all about neshama. Two neshama to get together. For example, I have a USB wire here. It's connected to that battery tank. Can you come and say, oh, this is piece of metal. How is it connected to that battery tank, which is not connected to anywhere? Because the whole idea is to transfer power, energy, which is what? Invisible, is not physical. Same thing. Even we are as a human being, as a physical, as a neshama. That's why it's called what?
Match made in heaven.
Soulmate.
Match made in heaven.
That's why it says soulmate. My neshama, my soul has another mate, not my body. So based on this, I think we got a little bit problem. Why? Because we think my mom, my dad forced me to marry him, marry her. Oh, it's because of that. And we sometimes blaming others why I have this type of wife or husband. If you have any complaint, talk to the matchmaker. He made it. But the problem is, we don't let our neshama get close to each other. We want to just have physical connection, not a spiritual connection. That's why Taharat Mishpacha comes to the picture. And listen, marriage is not all about physical. On the contrary, marriage is all about spiritual. That's why you have to train yourself to be a spiritual husband, spiritual wife, to have a spiritual marriage. It's not about to be dati, to be shomer Shabbat, to eat kashrut. Taharat Mishpacha comes and tells us, listen, there are certain limitations. Not every time that you want, you can have personal interest, but rather you need to have mutual interest. Means you have to see what's best for you, what is best for her, what is best for you, what is best for him. And since unfortunately we have this idea of physical pleasure in marriage, now openly they say, okay, I don't want to just have pleasure with my opposite sex. I want to have men and men also, woman and woman also. And unfortunately, hopefully it's not going to happen. But you believe it or not, 20 years from now, they're going to say this. Don't discriminate animals in the jungle. You could get married to them as well. Why? Because everything is all about physical pleasure, not spiritual. So, no matter what, how you can get physical pleasure, do it. We make it allowed in the Senate. Don't worry. That's the whole idea that unfortunately Hollywood and media and all the songs and the streets gives the wrong conception to our children that you're getting married because of personal, physical reason, not because of spiritual reason. And we know when Hashem chose Hava for Adam, he said, Nase Ezel Kenegdo. I will make him the opposite help. Is a help, but opposite. How help would be opposite? How the opposite would be help? When you have a screw and nut, if you turn the screw in the same direction of the nut, what's going to happen? They don't get tied to each other. But if you turn them opposite of each other, they get tied to each other. Same thing. So lucky the husband or wife is that he or she has an exactly opposite help in the marriage, that I like white, he likes black. I like this, she like. On the contrary, when we see we are different, that's the good chance that we could get closer to each other. But tonight, I want to also go a little bit further. Something which we get scared sometimes. And as we know, Shalom bayit is the main reason of every marriage. When we get married, we hope to have a peaceful marriage. We hope to have a productive marriage. We want to have spiritual marriage, but all has to do with Shalom bayit. Unfortunately, when there is no Shalom bayit, there is no achievement or growth in marriage. And how many they say even? You want to know how successful you are in your life is all based on the Shalom bayit that you have. Why? Why Shalom bayit is so important? Because it says in the Pasuk, in any partnership, Hashem is not involved. But when it comes to the partnership of husband and wife marriage, we see Hashem as a third partner is there. And once you have the CEO of the whole world with you, you have Hashem in your team, you have nothing to be worried about. Because Shalom bayit, let Hashem perform his even miracles in our life. And that's why we need Shalom bayit. Shalom, we cannot. It's going to be too expensive for us if we want to give up our Shalom bayit because of our personal reason. It's going to cost us much more in different ways. But there is one misconception in Shalom bayit. And what is it? Good fight and a bad fight. We think Shalom bayit means no fight. Wrong. Fight is healthy. Based on the research that they did, they found out that to have a fight in marriage, it opens up the line of communication between husband and wife. Means when someone is fighting with you, you fully can trust him that this is his or her true attitude. Why? Because it's bothering him something is bothering her. That's why she's or he's showing such a reaction. But when they flatter, they say how good you are, might be just by the face, not here. That's why if you want to really get to know your spouse, you get to know them when they are in the fight. So fight is good as long as is what? As long as is a good fight. And unfortunately, how destructive is going to be bad fight. So how do we explain? What's the difference between good fight and bad fight? If really we can monitor and control our fights, this is the best base for our Shalom bayit. So I want everyone to participate. Good fight is helpful. You will see that fight really helped. We fixed something, we improved something, something changed. A good fight, it brings result, is helpful. But how about bad fight? Is harmful. And how they say, how can you differentiate between good fight and bad fight? The good fight is the good fight is about discussion, about the topic, discussion. But the bad fight is about accusation, blaming. You have always someone to blame. That's a bad fight. Good fight is about the topic. I don't know why when we get late home, all my day change. Next day I cannot function. I don't know why when I go late to bed, next day I'm so tired. You talk about the topic, discussion. But what is bad fight? You always, all because of you. I'm not gonna have a good day tomorrow. I have few appointments. You made us come home late. It's all about accusation, blaming. And that's the bad fight. That's the harmful part of it. And unfortunately, we could have handled our fights a little bit correctly, but we didn't. and dusty, but that's the hodamol. We harm and damage our shalom bayit. And once the shalom bayit is damaged, everything else also gets affected. Another sign of good fight. Good fight always has a soft startup. You know what? Very soft tone as a question. Did you see my car? Did you see my pen? Did you see my phone? This, that, always soft startup. But bad fight has a hard stop. Where is my phone? I always put it here, someone takes it. That's a bad fight. Why? Because already we're showing that, you know what? I'm just using it to put down someone. Really, I'm not looking for my phone. I want to get even with other people. I'm not worried about my phone. Don't worry about my phone, my appointment, this, that. But why you were not on time, this? Excuse me? Because always there is a hard startup. This is a bad fight. And the unfortunate part of it is like this. Since we had a hard startup, no one wants to communicate with us. No one wants to get along with us. No one wants to answer us. They ignore us. And we get more angry. Why no one answer? I am asking you, why you just looking at me? We go beyond and we start to put down people more and more and being disrespected. Why? Because of the hard startup. So, yes, sharp fight is not good at home, especially in front of kids. But if it's a good fight, helpful discussion, soft startup is gonna be very helpful to bring more and more bond between husband and wife. That we can control our reaction and we could get along and we could focus on a problem, not on the person. Good fight always get into solution. But how about bad fight? To regression. You know what? I told myself last time not to get along, not to fight with you, not bother you, not this and that. Forget about it. I'm gonna go buy the new phone. This, that. I don't want your help. No, let me help you. No, I don't. Regression, not solution. Because in all these process, unfortunately, what is more important to us is our ego. I got angry. I have to use someone to satisfy my ego. And we find someone who cannot answer us correctly and we take advantage. Unless we are married to someone who also has a loud voice, who also has a good few disrespectful words. He knows how to defend herself or himself. And then we get more fire. And bad fire becomes a disaster. Good fight brings love at the end. Wow. I didn't know I have such a lovely husband, a lovely wife. So much we can communicate, we could get to solution, we could have discussion. I didn't know that. Good fight at the end, the aftertaste of the good fight is always love. Baruch Hashem, I'm married to someone who can help me to have discussion, to have solution. But what do you think bad fight brings? Hatred. That with Hashem, next session we're gonna discuss about communication in marriage. That unfortunately, when we see we cannot handle someone, we just take advantage of our voicemail. We ignore them. Let him call, let her call, let her text, let her this. Voicemail. I want to talk to you, pick up the phone. I'm busy. Voicemail. Ignoring. Why? Because there is no love. Oh yes, how are you? I was expecting your call. Looking forward. A 2012 study found that 44% of married couples believe that fighting more than once a week helps keep the lines of communication open. William Doherty, professor in University of Minnesota. To tell you the truth, fight is the best opportunity to get to know each other. Not just خدا رو شکر خانم من هنوز نیومده. اینجا ایساره. Unless you don't have fight, you don't know who you're dealing with. It's good to have fight. Don't worry. Don't avoid fight. Control the fight. Change it, switch it, transform it to good fight. Stay with the topic, not with the person. Don't get into accusation, blaming anybody. Get into discussion. And I tell you, if we could be patient enough with each other in our fight, we would be patient enough also in our parenting. Because that's a different fight that parents have with their children. At least between husband and wife, the fight could be 50-50. I'm 50% right, you are 50% wrong. But when it comes to parenting, and when there is a fight between parents and children, parents think we are 100% right and they are 100% wrong, and children, they believe they are 100% right and we are, as a parents, 100% wrong. We are totally from different planet, especially old school. We still talk Persian. We still have accent. We still love Khorme Sabzi. Yeah. You still listen to Rabbi Bakhshi lectures. And we have to believe this is the different war, different battle. How can I get idea, control it? Once we know how to control our fight between each other as a husband and wife. And I want to tell you something which I think Harab Tehila or Hacham, they say Harab Simcha Cohen. They said actually, kids are waiting for the opportunity to get advantage of us. How? When there is a fight between husband and wife. When there is a fight between parents, kids, they have party. Because now they can take advantage of us. You know why? You see, You even don't have a good husband, you don't have a good wife. Now you come and telling me what to wear, what to do, which friend to choose, and this and that. They come and they make like a weak point of us. You have fight, sorry, I cannot trust you in your decision making, in your advice. But the more we show good fight in front of the children, and they see no matter what, our bonds are there. We are not getting kind of, you know how many times when me and my wife at home, we have fight. I'm sure your children also, they ask you, so you're gonna get divorced now? That's the question they have. They think that's it. You have fight. If you have discussion, there is no solution for it. Divorce. But once you have a good fight, they learn. You know what? Fight is not bad. Fight is a line of communication. You could have fight as long as you have a good fight. They learn between siblings as well. Brothers, sisters, how to communicate, even how to argue. The whole Gemara is about argument, machloket, between Bet Shammai, Bet Hillel, Rabbi Shimon, Rabbi Meir, Rabbi Yochanan, Resh Lakish, Abaye, Rabbi. You know, if Rabbi Yochanan already is saying something in Mishnah, in Gemara, there is someone who is objecting and rejecting. Who is the Resh Lakish? If Bet Hillel says something, you know Bet Shammai is against. But that's the whole idea of fight. Fight is good. Fight is showing your true perspective, your true opinion, that you are ready even to fight for it, as long as it's a good fight. And people is when the Khatan and Kala, they come for Khatan and Kala classes, I usually tell them, before you are married, before it's late, have some fight. If you could handle your fights in dating, you can handle your fights also after dating in marriage. But if you cannot handle your fight in dating, always hang up on each other, always shaitan should call this mom, that mom, always family, they have to have something in their heart against each other and kind of forcing themselves. Is already 6 months dating. No, don't break up. This, that. Why? Because we don't know how to handle fights. If we could handle our fights, our disagreements, our argument in dating process, it would be much easier after wedding in our marriage. But since unfortunately we don't want to learn the skill of good fight, and in dating they say, oh well, sure honey, whatever you say, they really don't show their feeling, they don't express that something is bothering me, and they wait. After marriage, boom, explosion. You remember 6 months ago, even when we were dating, you did that. So why you say that time? Why still you kept it after marriage? Because we are not good fighter in a good fight. We don't want to break up, we don't want to lose them, we take it. But are you ready to forget it as well? Are you ready to forgive? Or just you keep it inside and you hide your emotion, your feeling? That's not healthy. It's going to be explosion afterward. Therefore, I usually say to Khatanim and Kalot, is the time now. If you see something, say something. Obviously, respectfully, Obviously, good fight. This way, you clarify, you vent out, you make sure that everybody is on the same page before you go to the next step. Without any misunderstanding, without any misconception. So I want to end with this question. I want to know how everyone would participate in this. We have 3 stages of life: child or children for our parents, parents for our children, and then what's the third stage? In-law. Every parents, every husband and wife wish and they hope to become parents. Very good. And every parents, they hope to become grandpa, grandparents, or in-law. Because don't forget, this is a package deal. You want grandchildren, you need to have also son-in-law, hatan and kalla. You cannot say, Baruch Hashem, I had good children, now I want to have a good grandchildren too. Yeah, but these grandchildren, they have mom and dad. It's a package deal. You cannot love your grandchildren and not their mom or their father. They're totally unhealthy. Either don't like none of them, say, excuse me, I like to be alone. I don't want any communication, not you, not your children. Okay. But over the phone, you say, oh, but when it comes to your son-in-law, to your daughter-in-law, you don't appreciate, you don't respect. The mother of the children, of your grandchildren, is a package deal. So my question is like this. Which one you think is healthier? To be a good couple, to be a good parents, or to be a good in-laws?
It's all the same.
Are they all the same? Good couple, good parents, and good in-laws are the same? Very good. The answer is to be good in-laws. This is the most important one. But that's the college. In order to get to college, you need to have a diploma, high school. You need to have you need to be a good parent. And I'm sorry to say, maybe it's because of our culture, because maybe we did not raise like that, we did not learn enough. Mostly being a good businessman was enforced in our culture. To be a good businessman, that's the good idea. As long as you're a good money-making husband or you're a good wife, Najib, Khunedar, El Unfortunately, we were not taught that what's happening between us as a couple is reflecting in our parenting skill. And what is happening in our parenting skill towards our kids is going to be reflected towards our son-in-law or daughter-in-law, new members of our family. Especially, at least my children, I give birth. But my son-in-law, my daughter-in-law, he or she is a stranger. More than happy even to be welcome to our family. And that's the problem. We want to control our daughter-in-law. We want to control our son-in-law. We call them, what did you have for dinner last night? That's totally irrelevant question. We cannot, because they need to have their privacy. and asking this type of question, especially that politely they don't want to answer us and we get offended. Oh, she did not answer me. I'm asking her 3 times already. How was the wedding? What did you wear? What time you came home? Who was your guest Friday night? What did you cook? She's not answering me. We get offended as if she's ignoring us. No, she wants to have boundaries. And we think we are trying to build friendship by asking more questions. That's wrong. But how can I know that? By having or caring about your children's privacy. Not all of a sudden to open the door and go to your children's room. Not try to surprise them to see what they're doing. Always give them the benefit of doubt. If you have a question, who was that guy or whoever called you 12 o'clock midnight? Who you were talking 1 a.m.? Why you came so late? How was it? And everything okay? If you wanna just ask very softly, nicely, without being judgmental. Yes, to show that I want just to make sure everything is okay. But putting him on the spot. Here, you see what I found in your notebook, what I found in your phone or this and that. Yeah, up to certain age, they say, oh, I'm sorry, mommy, I'm sorry, daddy. But after certain age, they're rebellion. They show more. And they find out ways how to hide without coming to any interaction with us. They even leave their phone in the mailbox. They come without phone. This way we don't know what is the phone. So in order to care about our new members, daughter-in-law or son-in-law privacy, we need to care about our children's privacy. And in order to learn how to care about for our children's privacy, we have to care about each other's privacy. And that's one of the main reasons of fights in Shalom bayit, a Shalom bayit problem. We want to just follow and put under magnifier each other's action. Who called you? Who did you talk to? Why this? That. The idea is, someone was kind of complaining to me, says, whenever, let's say I'm in a wedding, a party, or a gathering, and my friends come and talk to me, 5-10 minutes, we talk, afterwards I have to get interrogated by my spouse. What was saying? What happened? What was this? What did he ask you? What did you answer? We have to learn how to respect each other's privacy. That's one of the ways that we could have a good fight, not to be judgmental. Once we care about each other's privacy, then we could learn how to care about our children's privacy. Then we learn how to be good in-laws as well. So before it's late, let's save the boat by me building my communication with my husband, with my wife. I'm doing triple job. I'm gonna have triple result. I learn how to communicate with my children. And Bezrat Hashem, I learn how to deal and how to talk to my future son-in-laws or daughter-in-laws. I don't make them sad or upset and this and that. Why? Because good fight, not bad fight. You don't know how many times a week I get a phone call from either side, either the in-laws or either the son-in-laws or daughter-in-laws, that they're all complaining that, yes, I didn't want to, but I was forced. We got into a fight, and I said this, and she said that, and he said that. And unfortunately, they ruin their shalom bayit, their peace of mind, we have enough pressure from outside, business, family, health, this, that. Why we need to add to it? More pressure, more kind of problems. So Bezrat Hashem, next week is going to be the fourth session, and we're going to discuss about happiness and communication. So if you know anybody, if you have any question, or if you want to, Bezrat Hashem, give any idea, more than welcome, but we should know Shalom Bayit plays a big role in our life, in our children's life, and in our future extended family life that we're going to have. Our Shalom Bayit plays a big role. Thank you for everybody who came. As we promised, we have a rapper tonight. And whoever wins one of the table of two in one of these glad kosher restaurants. How many are we? How many couples? Wow, you see, exactly every time we get 10 couples. Mina Shaman, very good. Thank you. Mina Shaman. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we are minion. You have it already? Oh, okay, very good. So, Morijan, یه کمکی بکنید من دست خوبش از ما بردیم. بکنم یه 80. خودم 10 تا.
نه خودتونم توش بعد میشین تو
هستم دیگه.
اوکی.
ایشون اگه قبول بشن همگی رو دعوت میکنن
به هر نفر یکی بده دیگه. به هر کاپل یه دونه بده.
You share him with us all the time. You are the
Thank you. Love you too.
خب حالا یه بدید هفت یا یه کاسه چیزی
یا یه 18 داره یه بشه 6.
اونا به خانم بگید.
No.
تو داری؟ بذار دوتا ببرید چه نکن.
اوکی. خب این هم چیز ماست. مسعود دست خوبی. خب چشتو ببر. Wow. 7 or 8.
Everyone is 7 or 8.
2.
I'm a 6 hours now.
4. 9.
I got it.
نداشتم.
مثلا همه رو من دعوت کنم.